I remember calling her when I was in the panic of, I've got 3 months of severance left. What are we going to do here? And she's like, Allison, you have this amazing community built. You've got the distribution channel. What are you selling them? And I said, I'm not selling them anything. That's where I'm at right now.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Elizabeth Gore. Welcome to The Big Idea from Yahoo Finance, the show that navigates the world of small business and entrepreneurship. As the co-founder of the small business funding platform Hello Alice, it has always been my mission to help ensure entrepreneurs have the tools they need to succeed. So let's cowboy up. Today's big idea question is how to turn followers into paying members. Our industry focus will be fashion. Joining me today to talk about this is Allison Limbatis, founder and CEO of Outfit Formulas, a digital styling platform helping women simplify their wardrobes and feel confident every day. Let's welcome Allison Limbatis. All right, Allison, welcome to The Big Idea. We're so glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Fellow Texan, fellow horse lover. It makes me so happy. You see all my babies up here.
Yes.
Oh my Lord, do we need you in the world? When I was getting dressed this morning, I was like, thank God for her. Tell me how the whole idea started.
Well, it started like all great ideas, right? I invented something that I needed for myself. And I had left corporate America, felt like I'd fallen into a yoga pants rut because I was working from home every day. And I would walk and, look in my closet and think, I've got this closet full of clothes, but I've got nothing to wear.
Right.
And I think that's a pain point for a lot of women, right? We just feel like we don't know how to put things together, or we have clothes hanging in our closets that just aren't working for our lifestyle right now. And that's really kind of that point that I had gotten to. And I started noticing it affecting more than just the way that I looked, but it started affecting my motivation too. Like I wasn't feeling as motivated around the house. I wasn't feeling as motivated at work, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it was really about that routine of getting dressed in the morning and having that self-care ritual of just feeling put together and feeling like I was ready for my day. So from that place, I started a blog, which was crazy because I'd never done anything like that before. And I started kind of chronicling my journey out of my yoga pants rut, talking about the things that I was adding to my closet or the things that I already had in there, just different ways of pairing them up. And it turned out there were a lot of women feeling that way at that point in time.
Can I raise my hand?
Yes.
For the yoga pants rut? that can be your movement, yoga pants rut.
Yes, so much so. And just really helping women get out of their yoga pants and feeling that kind of confidence that comes from putting on an outfit that feels good, even if you're not even leaving the house all day. It just gives you like that pep in your step and makes you feel better to put something on that feels like you and really just kind of fits your lifestyle in that moment. So.
I was thinking about you the other day. I was raised by my grandma Opal, and the woman was up, dressed, full hair, full makeup. Now that's very Texas,
Yes.
But before we all got up every single day, 7 days a week. And I remember just thinking she was beautiful.
Yes.
And I love that you say it. I think of you giving the gift of confidence, but that mental health aspect, right? Particularly in COVID, I remember just that Groundhog's Day. I mean, getting up and getting dressed is quite beautiful.
It really is. And we've had so many of the women that are in our community tell us that was such a lifeline for them during COVID and something that they could hold on to. And it was weird because, from a business perspective, we're heading into COVID thinking, what's going to happen here? Nobody knew what was going to happen in that space. And actually, we had 10% subscriber growth during that period because women were desperate for something that made them feel like they had a routine again, that made them feel like they had something to look forward to again. And it was really that space for them to just build more community, come together around getting dressed every day and feeling good in their clothes. And
I feel like husbands should send you a thank you note too, right?
Yes.
Or all of our partners and spouses. So how did you, our big idea question today is, how do you turn followers into paying members? How did you convert from being in blogging to actually, I'm going to have a paying business?
Yes, it was tricky, honestly, because I didn't really set out to turn the blog into a business. It was more about just really sharing my journey and having this creative space to talk about what I was learning. I'm not a stylist. I had to learn about style. I feel like style is a skill that anybody can learn. And so I was just 1 or 2 steps ahead of the women that were reading the blog. And that was, in a way relatable for them. They didn't feel overwhelmed or intimidated by it. It was a place for them to learn along with me. And I think that there was that trust factor there, that they knew that I'm not I'm not in it for any other reason except to share what I'm learning. And so that, really just building that trust factor, building that community, and then going to them when the time came. I've told this story before, but I took a severance package from my job in corporate America to really just say, hey, there's something cool about what I'm doing here. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to take this risk and see what happens. And I got down to like 3 months of severance left in the bank, which was super scary. And that's when the idea came to send out a survey to my readers and say, if there were a service that I could provide for you, what would that look like? What would make your lives easier? And overwhelmingly, the response was, can you just give me a shopping list, please? Like, tell me what I need in my closet to create outfits. So I created the shopping list. And as I was doing this, that's when the idea for Outfit Formulas was born, because I do have kind of like that engineering mind frame of, well, here's a list, but how can we pair these things up to create outfits? And so I created the outfits around it, like meal planning, but for your closet. And so I launched it on the blog. I said, hey, I'm doing this thing. You guys asked for this shopping list. It's here, but I'm going to put the outfits together too. It's a monthly thing. Like, you'll have 30 days of outfit ideas to create from this list, or you can even create a whole season's worth if you want to. And I thought, I'm going to be so excited if 50 women sign up.
Come on, 50.
50. I got 500 that signed up out of the gate. And
when you say signed up, are they paying to be members?
Yes, they were paying to be members. And this was a membership site that I cobbled together on the back end of my, I did not know what I was doing at this point in time, but just really set something up with, they just had to put in the password once they paid. It gave them permissions, and then they had access. And back then we were doing it in PDFs. So they had these printables that they could put in binders and notebooks, and it just kind of grew from there and has ever since then. That was 2014.
How did you decide that price point? I feel like that's a really tough, is it $2? Is it $200? How did you think that through?
Yes, pricing is always so tricky. It's about perceived value, right? And we started out at a very low price point. I think the first program was $9, and then it went to $19, and that's kind of where we've stayed ever since then.
Monthly.
$19 per month.
Got it.
In the beginning, it was a seasonal charge, but over time, we decided to move into a monthly program, and we've stayed there ever since then. And it's, for a membership site, that's a pretty good value, $19 monthly, and we haven't really had to make any changes since then.
I love that you started with asking your customers how to do this or what they want. I think that is probably the best piece of advice that you could give, is ask the customer. Well, how did you think that up? Were you sitting there thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to email and ask them?
I had a friend that was a business coach, and I remember calling her when I was in the panic of, I've got 3 months of severance left. What are we going to do here? And she's like, Allison, you have this amazing community built. You've got the distribution channel. What are you selling them? And I said, I'm not selling them anything. That's where I'm at right now. And she's like, well, let's talk about monetization and what that looks like. And I knew I didn't want to go down that traditional path of influencer, which there's nothing wrong with it. I have tons of influencer friends, but of the commission-based structure of constantly feeling the need to be posting clothing. And that wasn't the way that I shopped authentically. So there was this disconnect there of, I don't want to be doing these hauls and showing people all these clothes they can buy whenever I'm not doing that myself. But that was really the traditional style of monetization back then. And I had to kind of think outside the box of what could this look like? And she said, well, just ask your readers. Maybe they don't want to buy things every day. Maybe there's something else in that space that you can create for them. And that's really where the idea came from.
Have you asked them since?
Yes, we are constantly asking them. I feel like surveys are such a part of our DNA at this point, especially as we went into an app-based business 2 years ago, really just figuring out what should the app do. I think we started to see sales declining in the membership site space. Subscribers were dropping off, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And we got a lot of feedback that women felt overwhelmed. And I had to pull back and talk to my team and say, we're here to help them feel confident, empowered, and simplify their lives. We don't want them to have decision fatigue. And yet we're adding more and more information into this membership site for them. And they feel just completely overwhelmed by this. So as we're building the app, thinking through that MVP was, what can we give them that is going to provide value, but it's going to do it in a really bite-sized way that feels manageable. And then we can kind of layer in things afterwards. So the great thing about an app-based business is you have events built on the back end. You've got all of this data coming in that's telling you exactly how they're behaving in the app, and layering in on top of that, of course, continuing to do those surveys and ask them questions.
So because you're subscription based, what do you decide to keep behind the curtain and what is for free?
Yes, this is such a good question, because I think that the inclination for a lot of subscription-based businesses is to lock off a lot of features. And we've been really intentional about allowing them to try the app for free and have access to everything in the app, because I feel like there's so much value in that even if they go through and look at the outfit plan for the month for 7 days, or look at the shopping lists, or see what the closet staples lists are, it's really about giving that value, right? And if they feel like this is something that they could really utilize in their daily lives, and we're able to give them that full taste of it before they have to subscribe, then that's really like we've succeeded in that space. So we kind of give away the whole enchilada, but eventually it goes into the subscription, of course.
It almost sounds like a doorway, right? Yes. It's like an easy walkthrough, and then you close the door behind them and keep them safe and confident.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yes. And if we're doing our job right, they're going to stick around.
Absolutely. All right, Allison, hold that thought. We'll be right back here on The Big Idea. Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to The Big Idea. I'm here with Allison talking fashion. I am curious about the ability to, as you just said, what's too much information and what's just enough. I think that's another thing a lot of business owners grapple with is, I'm going to offer you the world, but then it's overwhelming. Yes. How do you decide how much information each week that you're putting in front of these business owners?
Yes. I think the biggest thing that we needed to do was look at what are the pieces of the program that they are using most often. And is it the outfit calendars? Is it the shopping list? What are they utilizing most frequently? And really just building the product around those things, making them front and center, making them more accessible when they log in. And I think a big part of that was an education journey. We did not have the education piece built in there that kind of gave them that structured journey to go through the program. One of the things that's been super helpful is we do a 14-day challenge, which is really just a bite-sized chunk, the first 14 days of any user coming into the platform, where they're able to explore, where they're able to learn a little tidbit of the day, where they're able to walk into their closets and go grab an outfit and put it on and have those quick wins. I think it's really about the quick wins and getting them to that place where they feel like they're making progress, yet it's not too overwhelming. It's a sweet spot, and we're constantly tweaking, trying to figure that out and asking, but I think we're getting there for sure.
So it sounds like you've done everything right. We on this show, we talk about dirty unicorns, which is what's one of the biggest mistakes you've made that we can all learn from.
There have been so many. I'll go with,
I made 5 before breakfast, so don't worry. It's fine.
Okay, good. I think that the most recent big mistake that we made was going 6 months down the road into app development and trying to do too much. And needing to scale back, because we listened to our users, and they were using this other app, which is a really great add-on app to ours. And they said, we want yours to do this. We really, really want this thing. And so we started building it out, this much, much bigger project. And this is the weirdest thing, but I woke up one night at 3 a.m. and I had like this download: do not build this app. You have to tell the developers tomorrow morning that we have got to stop. It just hit me.
Wow.
And I knew that it had to be this very simplified version of stick to the meal planning for your closet, give them the shopping list, give them the outfits, give them the links. That's it.
Isn't that gut thing powerful?
It is.
In entrepreneurship.
It really is. And it was a costly mistake. Of course, 6 months of development down the road, we had to scrap every bit of the code and start all over again.
So painful.
It was so painful, but it was the right decision. 100%.
Do you often have a 3 a.m.er? Is that like
do.
your time? Mine's like right after a nap. I'm curious. Is that when your gut feelings hit you?
It is. Yes. I am a 3 a.m.
Do you go back to sleep or are you still up?
This morning I was up at 4:20 and stayed up.
That was it.
That was it. It was over.
Wait, what did you have a thought this morning?
Yes, the wheels start turning and I start thinking through things. We're doing a campaign right now with, sales coming up and things and it just hit me. I'm like, oh, this is better aligned. I've got to start. And I just went immediately to my laptop and if I don't download it, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. Yeah. Before the first cup of coffee.
Exactly. Yes.
I want to go back to our big idea question. And for a small business owner, you guys are quite large now, but who has followers, maybe it's food, maybe it's fashion, maybe it's education, but they have not monetized yet. Mm-hmm. What is 3 pieces of advice or 3 steps to have them think through how to do that?
Yes, absolutely. This is such a good question. I have had so many influencers come to me, so many, past bloggers that have asked this question. Like, I don't know. I feel like what I'm offering isn't special enough. And I think that a lot of us feel that way, like, oh, well, there's a million photographers out there. There's a million food bloggers out there. There's tons of people in this home improvement space. Like, what should I do? And the first thing I tell them is lean into what makes you you. Don't try to copy what everyone else is doing. I think one of the most powerful things that I did was I stopped paying attention to what other people in my space were doing. And I know that's counterintuitive, but it also gets in your head a lot. And you think, well, this is the only way to do this, or I have to do it the way that everyone else is doing this. But I think really just going against the grain was a huge part of even my virality on social media. I never intended to be an influencer. And now I have over 1 million followers, which still blows my mind because that was totally by accident. But it was because of viral videos of things that I was saying that were more in a thought leadership space of stop shopping, take an inventory of your closet, step back, take a deep breath, really just embrace the things that are making you unique in this space, because that's when your people will find you. And when your people find you, you're going to get those clues and those hints. And I am a huge proponent of surveying. It's so much easier now. We can do things through stories on Instagram. We can do polls. There's so many things that we can ask, we can ask our followers, mm-hmm. What is something that could make your life easier? In what ways can I simplify things for you? Most women want frameworks. We want systems. Like, yes, show me how to do it.
Yes, yes.
Send me the box of food and I will make it. Mm-hmm. So really look at ways that you can simplify the lives of the people that you're serving, and then test things out. Don't be afraid. You have to experiment. Failure is part of the process. We all know this, but you have to just see what's good. I've had some hits and a lot of misses, but really just iterating on those hits has been the key to success.
So I hear authenticity. Mm-hmm. Survey, talk to your customers, yes. And then just try it. Go for it.
Exactly.
Fail fast.
Yes.
So what are you excited about? What's next?
I'm excited. I'm so excited right now because we are rolling out personalization in the app. And this is something that I've wanted to do since day one. They're outfit formulas for a reason, because we want women to be able to adjust what you have in your closet. I don't want you to feel like you have to be shopping all the time, but we allow for that too. You can shop if you want to. Of course, it's fun, right? But we're trying to personalize now around things like body shape and color palettes and things that your lifestyle, and maybe heels don't work for you and you want to wear sneakers every day. But we're building out ways inside the app now that we can get into deep personalization to create outfit formulas that work for everyone's daily lives. And that's what's exciting me right now.
That's awesome. Is there one comment or story that just, okay, this is why I did this?
Yes.
That sits right here in your heart, in your head?
There's so many. I think the ones that resonate with me the most, this theme, is that I got a compliment in the store today, and I've never been complimented on my style in my entire life.
Oh,
and we hear that a lot. Yes. And as someone who didn't necessarily feel stylish, especially in high school, I kind of felt like, I struggled around style. And I want that for women. I've always wanted them to feel that confidence in their clothing. And I know it's a catalyst for change too. We've had women that said, this has been the thing that led to me going back and finishing my degree, or I've noticed that my relationships have improved and my teen daughters complimenting my clothes and borrowing
that's the toughest
them.
one. That is exactly. The toughest one right there.
Yes, it is.
My high school was bangs, teeth, and legs. It was like, that's all I was in high school.
But we must have been twins.
I know. So I I just think what you're doing is brilliant. And you're bringing confidence, you're bringing efficiency, you're bringing mental health. And then I think you're doing it in a way that's just so it's very powerful. Does your daughter look at you and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so proud"?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Do you have
My
two?
daughter works for me now.
What?
My middle daughter, yes.
No way.
Yes.
What does she do?
She is creating outfit plans.
I love that.
It's crazy. She's been doing this. I mean, technically since she was 16 years old, she's been really just involved in the whole process of what I've been doing. And she took over doing outfit plans this past year, and she's amazing at it.
Look at you shining too. What
So
a legacy. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Well, here on The Big Idea, we need people like you to help us be efficient, be confident, and also to teach us how to make money. So thank you for coming on the show. You are a blessing to all of us, and let's go Texas.
Thank you for having me.
At the end of each episode, I'd like to give a shout out to a small business doing amazing work. So today, I'd like to shout out one of Allison's favorite, Bright Body. Founded by Gabby Day, Bright Body is a clean beauty brand that makes non-toxic and sustainable skincare. Make sure you check them out today at brightbody.com. Thank you, Allison, for coming on the show, and thank all of you for joining us. We hope you've learned a lot. This has been The Big Idea from Yahoo Finance. Please make sure to scan the QR code below to follow Yahoo Finance podcasts or check us out wherever you get your podcasts. You can also come say hi to me at any of my social channels at Elizabeth Gore USA. I'm Elizabeth Gore, and as my grandmother always said, hold your head up high and give them hell.
This content was not intended to be financial advice and should not be used as a substitute for professional financial services.